I've not taken acetaminophen or ibuprofen this decade. I am Nick, former medical doctor turned soul doctor, and this is not any medical advice. This is not anything telling you what you should do. Rather, having just been through a round of fever, of chills, of aches, of pains, of purging, and remembering this as the fever finally broke, I wanted to share this experience because I think it's important to share more of these experiences and allow people to make their own choices. And I say this because it's really been years of listening to my body again, relearning, remembering, and not always getting it right. Like even in this, not getting it right, sometimes trying to tough it out, sometimes trying to push through, and then sometimes really grateful that I am toughing it out and pushing through because it's a purge. I no longer look at things the same way, like, oh, this is what this sickness is. And that's been what's really changed over the last few years. As I've shared before, healing from my asthma, previously having 2 infections requiring antibiotics every year. This time, probably Thursday of last week was when I had my last fully, I'm okay. Friday woke up not feeling 100%. Today is Monday. And the fever broke yesterday morning. And having said that, just because fever broke didn't mean I felt 100% better. I wanted to, really wanted to. I kept pushing through it, trying to be, because I wanted to be father, husband, everything else. And then recognizing there's still a convalescence period. And how do I both honor the body and the process and also honor all of this? So I wanted to make the video yesterday because the fever broke yesterday. It's like, oh my God. But I didn't because there was just too much going on. All right, so acetaminophen, ibuprofen. I used to pop them not like they were candy, but very frequently at the first sign of something, because that's what I was told. You're supposed to treat fever, and that's what I taught people too as a physician. Oh my God, why would you go through the pain? Why would you go through the suffering? It doesn't help your healing, all the stuff. And then it was only later that I really heard and kept hearing, give me a fever and I can cure any disease. And I didn't quite get it, but then I started embracing it. And so I started getting even the slightest of chills, and I'd jump under the covers and drive up the fever as much as I could, and that's what I did. Because I could tell the sweating, the body purging was serving me. And I felt both, it felt achy and crummy, but it also felt good. Like there's a goodness of actually diving into that almost modality. And why acetaminophen and ibuprofen were so readily used. And it's funny because I recommend to other people who hadn't taken it for a long time before. And now I'm just like, I'll tell you what's going on for me, is that the acetaminophen for me didn't just take care of the fever and the pain that might be going in my head. It didn't just take care of pain in general, but also took care of existential pain, loneliness pain, anxiety pain, depression pain. And it's not like it cured it completely, but I could definitely feel the noticeable shift. And so I could notice sometimes every now and then, even when I wasn't feeling sick, Tylenol really made the day feel better. And I can see how that can get quite dangerous in a way, because the usage will go up so much more. And Tylenol is, unfortunately, and I use the word Tylenol now, brand, acetaminophen, is toxic to the liver in many ways. It's one of the biggest overdose death risks. It's so many different things. And so I'm really grateful I have not been using it for years. And then the ibuprofen, not only does it take care of the fever and the inflammation going on acutely, it also takes care of the background inflammation too. And who doesn't have that from all of the stressors in life, just stress in general, but the EMF stress, the stress of all the anxiety, depression, everything else going around us, stress of the food, stress of the toxins, stress of every piece of input going on in life right now. And so for me, they were regular staples. And now not having them, it's such a different world, different reality. And then stepping into these illnesses not as, oh my God, what did I do wrong? How am I sick? To, okay, what have I forgotten about? How's it serving me? Thank you for this purge. Thank you for creating a space for my body to purge what it needs to. I had forgotten in some ways, and I keep forgetting in some ways. Oh, I want to take it on. I want to support others. I especially want to support my family. And sometimes it's sympathetic, And sometimes it's just accumulation. Sometimes it's coming back here from Hawaii and being in the city again. It's recalibrating. My body's like, what the heck did you do? You were living so cleanly. You were getting so much sunshine, so much good air. And now you're back here in the city with the density, with the Wi-Fi, with the EMF, with the 5G, with the geoengineering, with all this stuff. With the food that it may label organic, but it's not the same as something that's grown locally that you can see and talk to the person who just grew it and picked it off a tree and harvested it fresh and ripe. And you're eating things like soursop, which apparently are not only delicious, but anti-cancer properties. Yeah. So I share that because it used to be a truth for me that taking acetaminophen, ibuprofen are natural, God-given right, and the first thing you grab and part of the healing process. And now for this decade, the 2020s, I have switched that completely. Not to say I'm right now, but it's working for my body and how it wants to go. And these purges now, instead of being, oh my God, I just need to get through this, let me get through this illness, and then I can get better and on life again. It's like, what are you reminding me of? Thank you for whatever you're purging. Thank you for going through this. Thank you for creating a life where I get supported enough to do this. Thank you for reminding me to slow down. Thank you for feeling these things. Thank you for reminding me not to take the health for granted. That's why it's health, wealth, family, freedom this year. So again, Nick, former medical doctor turned soul doctor, talking about acetaminophen and ibuprofen, wishing you the best of health, the best of dis-ease, the best of fevers, and ciao for now.